Started.
Oh, we got a game. Shalisnov from Bangladesh. Okay. E4, let's see, I played a Sicilian recently, so let's go back to, how about the French defense? Okay, this bishop b4 move is called the Winawer, puts pressure on the knight. White was putting pressure on these pawns, and now he decides to push ahead. This is the most common move here, and try and lock up the center, and black immediately tries to undermine the center with c5. And a typical move here, yeah, a3, and then black voluntarily gives up the bishop pair in exchange for some activity, I guess. He doubles white's pawns and creates some weaknesses over here. And white can counterattack like that. The idea with this queen c7 move is that you can play f5 in response to queen g4, and the queen defends the g-pawn this way. White was just threatening to take that. The other way to play it is to play knight to e2 and let white take, and then you take pawns over here, and it gets very messy indeed. Okay, so I don't know too much about this position. I think you want to start developing, maybe threaten to take a pawn over here. Yeah, it's interesting. The knight is interrupted with the defense of the c3 pawn, but doesn't appear to be a good way to exploit that. I think possibly just get the bishop out of the way. I have to be careful not to interfere with the queen's defense of this pawn on g7. So maybe bishop to b7 and castle queenside. And he's going to interfere with that plan by putting his bishop there. But the bishop, is that bishop really stable there? Let's try and kick the bishop. I suppose I could have played g6 sometime earlier and not had to worry so much about the defense of that pawn. Now I can complete the rest of my development. Maybe knight to e7 to g6, and putting pressure on these squares over here. White has these squares under his control. It's kind of interesting. Interesting, messy situation. I guess what I would worry about here is white taking d takes c5 there. That would probably be a little bit inconvenient for me. If I take back with a pawn, it opens up this b file. Ah, there he goes. Yeah, he's been able to play that for a while. I wasn't sure why he wasn't playing it. But I think I just grab more space in the center by taking back this way. And let him have the b file. Is this safe? Probably not. Probably not safe. But what am I going to do? Okay, let's shut down that queen there. Yeah. The knight there to block the queen's attack on that pawn. It's a little bit shaky. I wonder if he can undermine that pawn somehow. On the other hand, maybe I can trap his queen. Ah, he can attack the knight. So let's defend that knight. So I think, that's annoying. I can take the rook there. I can take the pawn with the rook, I mean. So if I play my rook to g8, and he takes there, and I play pawn to h4, h5? Yeah, h5. Then the queen has to move. Can't go there, there. Has to go back to that square. And then I can push ahead and trap the queen. So this move threatens to trap the queen. And even if I lose a piece here, that would be okay. It's worth it for a queen. So the queen actually has no squares at all because the knight covers those two squares. And the pawns are covering the other squares. Well, this is what happens in these tactical positions. I don't see an escape for white. He could just take my knight, and then I'll take his... I would take the bishop back with a knight, because that does set up this nasty discovered check on my king. And then he would have to do something about the queen once again. And on other moves, like that, well, that's an idea. He sacks the exchange, then he can grab this knight with check. Okay, let me think about this. So I take the queen, he takes my queen, check, I take his queen, he takes my knight. And he grabbed two pieces for a rook. How is that possible? But I have rook to there. So I think this is better for me. We'll see. He's got to take my queen now. He'll take with check, and I take back, and then he can grab that knight. But if he grabs the knight, then I can check him here with my rook.
Check.
Oh, he takes that way first. Ooh-hoo. But now, where's the next check coming from?
Check.
Okay, so let's take stock. He gets this pawn over here. I guess that's the advantage of playing it the way he did. So I have two rooks and a piece, and he has a rook and 3 pieces. So he's got 2 pieces for a rook, and the pawns are, oh, he has 1 pawn advantage. So white is slightly better here. Unless I can discover more tricks. Now there's this knight is a bit loose, so I can think of pushing this pawn here, but I gotta save my rook first. I guess no particularly good square for the rook either. The bishop can take here. Yep. Okay, so I will attack this way. The discovered check I meet with rook takes bishop. And what else has he got? I think he needs to defend the bishop or retreat it, and I don't see a way to defend it. And then I'm grabbing the knight here. Got to be careful. I think this move was just played a little too quickly. Because at this point, until that move was played, I thought white would probably had the advantage. Although it's still complicated, hard to play this endgame with the unusual balance of material here and pawns kind of scattered about the board. You know what he can do? He can move the knight to this square so that when I take the bishop, he comes and forks my 2 rooks. And then, unless I have a clever way of escaping, he's going to win the exchange back. And he'll be up a few pawns. He went there. Similar idea. He's got this check here. Now, do I have anything besides taking the bishop? Yeah, actually this is better for him. I mean, if I take the bishop, the check, and I have to move the king, and then he grabs the rook, so he just wins the exchange there. So that's not so great. And he is threatening to take the rook now. So what else is there? He's got that check anyway. That's pretty annoying. Okay, what can I play? Yeah, I don't see it. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, I can just leave the knight there and let him, leave the rook there and let him take it, and maybe defend it, and I take back. And just down the exchange. Is that any better than taking here? Check. I move the king, he goes here. Yeah. Maybe this is a slightly better position for my pieces.
Check.
it's no longer a check there. So let's go after the pawn, I guess. So yeah, I'm trying to open up a line for this bishop, so I get something to play with.
Check.
Okay. Isn't there a danger here somewhere? I guess not. No danger, huh? Okay, now he's there, so I have to stop that pawn, and we can push the other one. Kind of annoying. I can't seem to get to that king. Okay, I'm going to resign here. Well played,
Black
Shalil
resigns.
SNV. I'll post a video commentary on this game, video post-mortem shortly. See you then. Bye.